Take a look at your top right. That's going to be 1/10 of improvement. He would definitely surpass the current man, P2 in the standings, a championship contender up ahead of him. And he's looking to overhaul him, to surpass him, to leave him in the dust. The Red Bull in the last two turns. Can Brian Evans get a surprise P2 or potentially pole position across the line? 11.653. He does overtake Raven West. But now we look over to Roger Saban. He is currently under no threat by Brian Evans, but is under threat by Raven West. Look at your top right, folks. It's going to be 1/10 improvement. This is a big improvement here by Raven West, as Tharlo surprisingly putting it up into P2. 11.610 he performs. Raven West dropping down to P4. He's going to have to put a little bit more inside this lap time. Can he get himself that provisional pole? Can he get himself the ultimate start across the line? Raven West, 11.705. He lost a lot in the final sector. Teteruchi Saban invalidates on his lap time as Jaipo Jippy only finishes in P9 in the qualifying session. It looks like a very poor start for both contenders in the championship. Raven West stuck in P5 and Jaipo Jippy stuck in P9. Because we are going to 5 red lights. And it's green light. Go, go, go. We go racing here in Spain as we go down towards the first turn. Tharlo forward with an ultimate start. He's fantastic for the kick salver. Raven West, the man P2 in the standings. P2 so far in the Grand Prix. Round the outside he goes to Deck going into that first turn. Now, can he get past him? I think he has. It's a spectacular start from Raven West. 3 positions, barely exiting that first turn. It is fantastic from the man P2 in the standings. Jack, now side by side here as we go into this right-hander. Up the inside he goes to Teteruchi Saban. He was previously pole, now down into P8. He's had a very rough start as we go into this left-hander, and down the inside goes to Teteruchi Saban once more. As the Haskell hit in the back at Teteruchi Saban. He's in a wall, he's in a wall. He's had an awful start. He's got a bit of wing damage as he comes onto the track once more. Very bad start there for Teteruchi Saban. It is not a good start by any stretch of the imagination. As we see Twizzia now side by side of the Jamie Cavagnini going into this left-hander. The Cavagnini going a tiny bit wide as maybe the opening is still there for the Aston Martin as we now go into the right-hander. Can he still keep it? No, you're going for a bit of switchback here. Twizzia with a cheeky little bit of a manoeuvre. Can he get it completed? Going for an under switcheroo. Yes, he can. That is a great move there from Twizzia. As Tharlo leading the Grand Prix as we exit lap 1 here of 33 in Spain and España. Now, oh my god, that's a massive moment there for Twiz as we go into the exit of that last turn. He wiggles the car, wrestling with it. He somehow won, and Raven West has won out against Tharlo 4 as we go into the first turn. The kick salver just quite simply didn't have enough pace as we went into the first turn, but Raven West, using the DRS, using the ERS, has taken over and leads on lap 3. Gonna go into the double right-hander as Ransel now also joins the session as Milionski. I said earlier, be on the lookout for him. Be on the lookout for Milionski. He's gonna make a recovery drive and he's already recovered up into P9. That is a great start as well as Jimmy Cavagnini overtaking Twizzia. Jack looking to pounce on it. Can he get the overtake on the Aston Martin? And it's side by side here for the lead. Raven West versus Tharlo 4. Tharlo went up the inside. Raven West defending on the outside. And he now defends his P1. He's able to keep it for now. Twizzia falling down the grid. He's made another mistake going into the right-hander. He's down into P9. His teammate and championship rival Jaipo Jippy ran the outside of him as we go up into the right-hander here. Both Aston Martin simply not having enough pace, and that is something that Jaipo Jippy has to sort out right here, right now. Side by side with more leader. Will Jaipo Jippy drop down another position? P10, so far, so good for Raven West. If it finishes this way, Raven West will lead the championship going into next week. And then making another mistake here. The VCOB is really not having a nice time here in Spain. 3 seasons ago that season. Fair enough! Oh, no, no, no! Deck with a big moment. And unfortunately for him, he goes from leading a big front in the podium spots to dropping down outside the points if it was the regular F1 point system. As Jaipo Jippy now battling with Tharlo 4 here for P9 so far in the Grand Prix. Round the inside, sorry, goes Jaipo Jippy. Can Tharlo keep it down the outside? Yes, he can, and he keeps his P9 for now, but the man leading the championship with an awful drive right now from his standards, trying to recover it very soon, he hopes. And down into left-hander Alex GG will go. And still, this 4-man to be looking out for. But also, Jamie Cavallini getting overtaken here by Twizzia. It's a big send from that Red Bull going into the left-hander, but it's one that he's made. And he's up into P8. And a bit of a wobble there from Alex GG as Jamie Cavallini goes for another send into the same turn. Tharlo Force trying to protect it around the outside, but he can't do it. Jamie Cavallini up into P7. And it looks like it's a big mistake here from the back of the grid. Who is that? That is Twizzia. Twisting down into that last turn, and his teammate Jaipo Jippy has now been overtaken by Jamie Cavallini. He's getting some great pace on these mediums, and he's pushed down the championship leader into P7. Take a look here. Alex GG getting very close to the Haas car. He's going to go down the inside going into the first turn, and he's got contact between himself and the Haas as we went into that first turn. It's now the Haas's fault. Will he get a time penalty off the race for that? We'll have to see. The first big moment with this top 5 battle. And it goes in Jack's favour. Take a look at the Mercedes there. Miliotski just up behind. Brian Evans. Will he look for a little send here going into the left-hander? Yes, he will! Down the inside goes the Mercedes. Miliotski looking wheels with the Red Bull. Can he complete the manoeuvre? They're still alongside, shoulder to shoulder. And now the Mercedes is ahead. He has completed the move. He's done a similar thing to what Jamie Cavallini did earlier in this Grand Prix. And he's up into P4. And Alex GG is mighty close to the Haas here as we go into that first turn. Down the inside, he sent it once more. Is there going to be contact this time around? I don't think there is as we exit the second and third turn. And he is ahead of the Haas car. He's up into P2. And so far, it's a 1-2 for Ferrari. Into the right-hander here for Miliotski. Big moment there by Jack as they're side by side now. Miliotski, round the outside he goes. Into the left-hander. Can he stick it? Can he get it? I think he can. But they're still side by side going on to the exit. And the Haas is just about to head of Miliotski. That was a big moment there by Jack. And somehow he maintained his P3. Going down into the first turn. I think he might have enough pace to look for the manoeuvre here on the Ferrari. Can he spoil the 1-2? Round the outside he goes into the first turn. Into the second, he'll be down the inside, getting the better exit. Will he get the position? Defending the inside is the Ferrari, and he has utilised that inside line and kept his P2, but only for now. Everyone's side's going to be absolutely done, as Jack is very close to... Oh no, big moment! Big moment there for Jack, and through goes Miliotski, through goes Jamie Cavallini. They both get positions, and Brian Evans looking for it as well. Can he go through the Haas? There's contact, and yes he has. Jack with a big moment going into the sector 3, and he's down into P6. Now down this straight we go. ERS, DRS, all burnt by Miliotski. He's not close enough. He is not close enough right now. He's still going to absolutely lunge it into the left-hander. But Alex, I believe, is going to keep that P2 for now. Unless the tyres are going to puncture on the last 2 turns, which I don't think they are. And they certainly went for Raven West as he comes around that last turn, dominating the qualifying session, dominating the race. He wins here in Spain. His teammate in P2, Miliotski in P3. And it's Brian Evans, Jamie Cavallini, Jumper Jippy, Tharlo, More Leader, Jack, Twizzia, JB Dick, Bath Destroyer, Richard Saban, and Caden. But it is Raven West who wins the Spanish Grand Prix and goes P1 in the championship standings off the end of an entertaining Spanish race.